we have the next thing coming up. It's Fire with Fire, an online tower defense and attack game. Let me check their stats. Where are they right now? They need a little bit of support. They have 106 backers so far. Funding goes low. It's like $6,000, and they have 2,000 and 7 days to go. So please check it out and give them your support. Here's the video. Hi, Theory. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So did you have a good 4th of July party?
Yeah. We have fireworks everywhere here in Tampa. Everywhere.
Yeah, okay. So all of Florida is sort of lit up, I guess.
Yep, lit up.
Okay, you sent us a couple of pictures, and I guess it's probably a good idea to start with those and get an introduction to your project.
Sure. All right, the first picture here is of the creep generals. This plays into the story of the game. Let's see. I'm not sure what to say about them right now. And here's, of course, the game's a tower defense. So it consists of building towers and your defense, and then sending creep waves to each other. So it's player versus player.
Okay.
That's the deal of the game. And we do want to add an intricate story with the plot. You can read about the story and the general overview of the story on our Kickstarter updates, if anybody's interested.
Yeah, okay. So in a nutshell, your setup is the regular tower defense game with towers with different properties, and the player has to place them strategically to defend his side of the playing field.
Yeah, specifically you're defending trees, and the creeps will try and burn them down. And
okay.
Those are like your key defense points. You can see them on that screenshot there.
Okay, so, so the level design is like you place the trees, and the player gets to place the towers, or are the towers in fixed spots?
The trees are in different spots, and there could be a few different amounts of trees, like anywhere from 1 to 3 or 4. This makes for intricate level designs. I want to have different game types.
Okay.
It's more than just keeping them from crossing the field, which is what a typical tower defense will be.
Okay, so is it like one player owns a certain set of trees and the other player owns a set of trees? Okay, and so basically you defend your set of trees, and you try to send the creeps on a dangerous path for the other trees of the opponent.
Yep, that's it. That's the game.
Okay, great. So we can run a short video that illustrates a bit more what the setup of your towers is like, etc. Here we go.
Yeah, the game starts out with you pick from a catalog of creeps and you pick from a catalog of towers, and you can only pick 3 tower sets. They come in sets of 5, and 4 creep sets, which come in sets of 2. So you get 15 towers to choose from, and you unlock them as the game progresses. And same with the creeps. The creeps level up and unlock a more advanced creep within the same set. So you get more strategic options as the game goes on to try and counter your opponent. Okay,
so the creeps are actually using some AI, or how does that work?
They each have a little ability or like specialty to them. You have the normal quick creeps, you have the normal armored creeps, and then you have ones that jump in the air or jump over walls trying to bypass towers, and you'll have to counter that strategy. There's flying. What else is there? We have ghost creeps planned, which will phase through. So you'll have to find out for yourself.
Yeah. I
want some of them to be a surprise to when you're playing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We don't want to spoil that, of course, and keep some surprises for players. I just wanted to figure out what kind of variety is waiting for someone who takes that game on. And you're planning to deliver to various platforms, including PC, Mac, Linux, iOS, Android, and Ouya. But there's not a browser game version of it. Is there one?
No, we kind of want to deliver more of a polished game type, and that doesn't really run or doesn't really satisfy on a Flash game or an HTML5 game.
Okay.
There's a lot going on, and with the online play, it's really hard to make it an HTML5 game for sure.
Yeah, I was wondering, you have so many platforms involved. How do you actually connect them? Have you found a cross-platform gaming service that allows you to do that, or did you create something from scratch?
Yeah, our server's custom built. I'm a web developer by profession. It's kind of my specialty. So we actually use GameMaker Studio for the game client, which just allows us to publish on so many platforms so easily with minimal cost. And then the server portion is actually technically a web server. So the game communicates through HTTP for all you technical guys out there.
Yeah.
So that's how it works.
Okay. Yeah, but I was just wondering because, I mean, obviously on iOS, typically we use Game Center, which is a totally enclosed platform, and Apple's certainly not opening it up. And then you have some services who would cover maybe Mac and PC or Linux and PC. So I can see why this is necessarily leading to a custom-built server technology.
Yeah, that's really the only way we can allow players to play against each other regardless of platform they're using.
Yeah, I can see that absolutely. And I mean, with HTTP calls, you're pretty safe. They are going to work everywhere.
Yep.
So, who are the people behind the project? Tell us a little bit about yourself and about the people who work with you.
All right. The team consists of me, Theory Georgiou. I design the game, I develop the game, and do all the programming, server, client, and all. And then we have an awesome graphic artist, Brian Shepard, who has history. His profession is mobile game graphics. I think he's done an awesome job.
Yeah, I agree. It's great.
The other core member would be Stephen Gibson, and he's our musical composer. He runs his own podcast, and that's how I found out about him. He actually offered his skills to us early on in the project, and happy to have him too. But besides us three, it's just whoever of my friends who help out.
Okay.
That's it.
And I sort of read in your project description that you're trying to start a game development studio. Is that with that team then, or what is your plan?
Ideally, yeah. If we are going to have the game's ongoing. It's not just I'm going to put out a game and under my name and then that's the end of it. Move on to the next game. No, this game will be going on for years to come. I hope I'm going to regularly keep updating it. And if I want to do that, then I'm eventually going to have to be a legitimate company. Just it's easier on tech and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it usually starts small, so nothing wrong with that. And you're trying, the real Kickstarter spirit out there. You're asking people to support a project that actually delivers a free-to-play game. Is that right, or is there any kind of monetization model behind it? And what's the advantage for the backers?
It is free-to-play. How we are going to support the game is through, I guess it would be considered microtransactions, but what it is the free-to-play model. You have so many creeps to choose from and so many towers to choose from, and we'll keep a variety for all of our free players. But you can specifically purchase a creep. You can specifically purchase a tower set, and this makes it available all the time, regardless, because the free catalog will rotate through the the creeps and towers, and you won't have any of them available. So you can buy your favorites, basically. That's it. And aesthetics, of course, we'll have like themed camps and different skins for your trees and base, and I think people appreciate that sort of thing too.
So you can already sort of think of a Halloween theme then.
Yeah.
And I guess around Christmas time you can burn Christmas trees. So
around the holidays is when especially for come October, I'll be coming out with our ghost creeps and our an actual new entire map, not just a skim. We already have the music. I'm gonna post the music in our next update for it.
Okay, so are you adding a full soundtrack as MP3 files or something like that?
I'm not sure how Steven's going to host it. It's his whole deal. He's making the entire soundtrack. I think that's our $15 backer tier to get the soundtrack specifically, along with some game content and entry into the beta and things like that. So he'll host it digitally, I'm sure.
Yeah, okay. There's still some money that you need. Did you get any sort of press coverage, or has that been a really hard thing to do for you?
It is because I'm new to it. I've just been working. I've been kind of a hermit the past 9 months working on the game, and now I'm figuring out how to actually publicize the game or get press on the game. We got covered by indiegames.com. We've been covered by a lot of smaller sites. We've been covered by Gather Your Party and Game Wolf, some industry-specific genres and websites like that.
Yeah. So you need Oprah Winfrey to jump on it.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's her type of game though, but yeah, I mean it is a challenge, and I mean I've spoken to more experienced teams, and they had similar challenges actually. So I think some of the press is tired of writing about Kickstarter stories. They want to have some real stuff in their hands, and we've heard that quite often. Sometimes when we're in touch with the press, that they would actually prefer a finished game, and then they are ready to write about us. But as soon as we're in early stages, they would prefer not to write about us because they don't want to have disappointed readers. And they pointed to us. We never finished the project, and boom, there you go. There's the damage for the website. I can't blame them entirely because sometimes that actually happens. On the other hand, everybody knows the Kickstarter rules and they know the challenges, and it's clearly described on every project's page that there is some risk. So yeah, maybe they should just write up a new column, risky business or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And then let the readers decide whether they want to jump in or not. Yeah, I mean, it's great that you found the time to report about your project. I think it's worth looking at. I can encourage all people who join us for the show to check it out. There's a link on our page, obviously. And I wish you good luck with your campaign. You've got a few days to go.
Yep. We're in our final week. I hope you guys check us out. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining. Bye.
All right. See you.